This is a video response about giving experience points to players. Generally speaking, I simply use the rules as written. I don't concern myself with controlling the pace of development, and I tend to play games where experience points are given for interaction with the world. So we're talking about games like Hollow Earth Expedition, All for One, Leagues of Adventure, Desolation, the White Wolf games, where experience points are given for what the characters accomplished, meaning they learned something new. They carried out a plan. They learned from a mistake. They interacted. They existed. The players caused their characters to exist within the game world as if they were real. This kind of game and this kind of experience point system, which I like. An exception to this, or two exceptions to this, would be when I go back to play an old game from the past, like Palladium Fantasy, which has a list of things for which experience points can be given or deduced and given. Things like overcoming a major obstacle or defeating a long-term enemy, surviving a serious threat, this kind of thing. For Call of Cthulhu, experience is quite different. It's actually not based on experience points at all. It's something that's called a stochastic process, wherein things develop by a random and unpredictable amount in play. So whereas in a classic White Wolf game, or in the new Mech Warrior, I might be giving a set number of points per session, which add up session to session and can be spent at specific times. Unlike that, basic role-playing, Call of Cthulhu and Magic World and Super World and whatnot, they increase, or character skill increases by virtue of during a session, or during a story, or during a campaign, the character may use a skill in an important way. Okay? A way that's important to the character, important to the story, and is likely to cause some kind of shift, like an incredible failure or an incredible success. And the game master can, at that point, decide that you get a skill check. Right? And there's a little box provided for this in the character sheet. It gets marked off, and at an appropriate time, you will roll that skill. It's called an experience check. And what you're trying to, or what you're looking for, is a failure on that roll. You learned something new, something outside of your normal experience, which means when your skill is at a very low level, it's very likely to increase. But once you get up into the upper reaches, development is slower. It's quite an elegant experience system, and frankly, I prefer it to all others. But I do like experience point systems which encourage, as I said before, the players to really interact with their characters as people.